purpose of this video is to show you how to put your book, your little accordion book, inside your box. You should have your box completely painted. You don't have to have the Mod Podge on it yet. As a matter of fact, it might be better not to have it on. We don't have to glue the book in. I will show you how to gluing the book in is the easier part. Okay, so you start with your box, which is finished and painted, and the inside is painted. I'm going to give you a piece of cardboard, and basically what you're going to do, it's actually tag board. Take a pencil and mark off. Hold this on top like this, and hold it right to the edge, and mark where the ends are, here and here. Okay, and move that aside. You can use a triangle or a ruler, and the next step is to draw straight lines across. Now you have to make sure that you're cutting this stuff straight, because you don't want your book to be crooked. So I am using a triangle to do this. Alright, and I'm going to test. So I've got my size right here. And I'm taking my scissors and cutting. Remember, the scissors are on top of where we store the artwork, underneath the flags, if you're wondering where the scissors are. So the next thing you're going to do is put this in and see if it drops in there without touching the sides. That obviously is not doing that. It's too big. That means your book will be too big. So I'm going to start trimming some of the stuff off. And I'm going to drop it in. And it's still not sitting in there flat. This is why I was talking to you about making sure that the bottom of your box is as large as the top. So I'm going to fish this out. That was clinging to the side, so I need to trim it down more. I'm just taking off a sliver. See if this works. Okay, that's a little bit better. I could go a little bit smaller. You see, if it's stuck in there, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to be able to get your book in and out. It's going to hit the sides. So you have to be able to drop it in and have it come out. Okay, so I'm going to show you again. I'm putting that in there, and when I'm turning it over, it's, nope, not quite yet. It's it should come out by itself. Actually, I'm gonna cut down the side a little bit. Okay. All right, this is better. So that's laying down the bottom of this flat, and that's what I want. And when I turn it over, it comes right out. There's no problem. So you really have to check that to make sure that the book is going to come in and out. So once you have this, you take a piece of paper. This is regular copy paper. You want to use something that's relatively thin. If you have any rice paper or anything like that at home you want to use, you can. I'm going to mark this, okay, like that, and take my triangular ruler again. I like to use the triangles because then I know that the lines are straight. So I'm going to line this up with the bottom of my paper like this and make sure it's straight, and you can actually check it too. So just, you know, bring this up and make sure that this is all the way. Now I'm gonna make this as long as this piece of paper. That's 11 inches. You probably don't need that much. Depends on how big your book is. So then, starting at the bottom, you're going to take your template and you're going to draw lines all the way up. These are the folds of your book, and so you do need to make sure that you're doing this precisely, ladies and gentlemen. This part's important. It has to fit, because if it doesn't fit when you open the box, this is not going to work. Remember, these two are going to be in the box, two at the bottom. So what you want to do is make sure that you have extra on the top and extra on the bottom. So the bottom 2 pages are not, once again I'm going to say it, the bottom 2 pages will not be seen, and you can make this. I'm making it, okay, so I'm going to make it about 9 inches. So now I'm going to cut this out. At this point, you can decorate it. After you don't even have to fold it yet. You can actually decorate it on the back of this if you'd like to. Decorate this side. Put your haiku in it. Remember that this is going to be folded, so you can even start to do that. You're going to fold it like a fan, and if you need to, to make sure that you get the folds correct, you can use your paper. It's easier this way, and you're getting it right on the edges. So I'm going to stick that on here like this just to make sure that I get this right. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where this is the craftsmanship part that you really need to pay attention to, because you want to make sure that this is going to fit. Now I know that some of you made the insides of your boxes, you weren't careful, even though I did mention it several times, that you needed to be careful about the inside and the size. And make sure that your cardboard piece fits. Okay, so here's my accordion book, and I'm going to put it in there and make sure that it goes in. Whoop. Yep. Okay, so there's no problem with this. If it's sticking at all on the sides, you need to make adjustments. So this part will be attached to the lid. We're not going to do that yet. That will be attached to the lid. So you're not going to draw anything on this one. And then the bottom two. So I could probably make this a little longer than I did. The bottom two are not going to have any writing. And then this is where you can do your drawings. You can decorate it. You can write your haiku on it. You can use fancy letters. It's really up to you what you want to do. You can do, fancy if you'd like. Do drawings. Depends on how much time you have. Okay? So once you have the book finished, you can actually apply the Mod Podge. The Mod Podge has to dry first before you get this in there, because otherwise the Mod Podge will Mod Podge the whole box together. Okay, there it is, Jack in the Box. That's stuck a little bit. Okay, good.